Are we on? Hello, gorgeous people. I am addicted to my phone, and it is a problem, and it's something that I'm really trying to curb. So one of the things that I've been doing is going out and buying physical media, because I felt whenever I was scrolling on TikTok or I was just scrolling on social media that I was retaining a lot of fake news. I was retaining a lot of fake news. Not saying that printed news is always right. A fake news article is still a fake news article, whether it's printed or not. But I felt for my mental health, it's better to read an article on physical paper rather than scroll it on my phone. Screen time is like over 4.5 hours, which is not good according to the professionals. See if we can fix your attention span. I'm gonna try and get through this video and have a discussion. Mostly a think piece, trying to start a conversation rather than telling you about something. So, no effects, no crazy sounds, no music on the side, no Subway Surfers on the other screen. I'm just gonna talk and you can just listen to my voice, okay? Within this physical media that I was consuming, I bought Cosmopolitan for the first time in a long time that wasn't an airport. And one of the articles that I have been reading and really interested in is this article called Could You Go Phone Sober? By a woman called Jennifer Savin, and she's made some really, really good points that have really made me challenge myself and think, and what I've been journaling about a lot. Could I go phone sober? And the short answer is not fully, no. But the long answer is something that I'm going to discuss in this video today. I read out some quotes from her article, and then some things that I have done, and then some think pieces as well that I have also collected and accumulated through other people's articles and what other people have been saying online. Opens up her article with "My face is glowing, and not from skincare but from the light of my phone." And that immediately I was like, girl, okay, you've got me here. Yes. She says, there are only two industries that refer to their consumers as users. One of them is illegal drugs. Two is software companies. That alone, like, oh my God. Yeah, that's so true. She goes, it's reported that we now spend over 30% of our waking lives on our smartphones. Over half of us can't get through dinner without picking it up, and it's damaging not only to our social interactions but also our memory and attention spans. With attention spans and screen focus times dropping from 2.5 minutes in the early 2000s to 47 seconds in today's society. How are kids supposed to learn in school with a 47-second attention span? Pinterest's latest trend report found searches for digital detox vision board have grown 273% this year. So it's not just me who thinks that I'm spending too much time on my phone, it's everybody. I also feel like going phone sober and having no phone is definitely a luxury that not everybody can afford. What's amazing is that when you go off your phone after one day, you feel a deep sense of calm. That's how humans are supposed to live, but our environment is so different from that. Putting on my tinfoil hat, phones are definitely stopping us from evolving socially. I have found that since the pandemic, a lot of young people, when I say young, I say like now 17 to 18 year olds, find it really hard to have a conversation that isn't like horrible. And when I say horrible, I mean as in like either putting each other down, putting themselves down, or making crude and rude jokes that you just shouldn't say to someone in person. Like, I feel like having a screen in front of you through the pandemic, whenever you were 13, 14, even 16, 17, and being able to say anything to anyone without any consequences has really damaged us as a society on how we speak to people and how we think it's okay to speak to people. I get the jokes, like everybody loves a little joke every so often, but how have you sat there and been really, really rude and you think that is okay and that is acceptable behaviour? I feel like the screen and I feel like our phones have taken away social awareness. It's also taken away empathy. Because it's through a screen and we can't see it and we can't feel it. It's taken away a lot of empathy we have towards each other. It's extremely damaging for not only us but for our younger generation. I feel like we are so desensitized towards so many things because we have seen and we've lived through so many horrific and traumatic life circumstances that it's just not there, and that's reflected on us socially as well as mentally and emotionally. It goes into the whole thing about censorship and how we've desensitized ourselves from so much pain and sorrow. Watched someone get shot in the head and then have been like, next video, oh my god, it's an AI cat. Like, in what world is that okay? So many aspects of our life are wrapped up into devices now, from banking to dating. This is what I've said before about going phone sober is a luxury that not many people can afford, because so much of our life is wrapped up within our phones. And from banking, accessible banking, from Google Maps and Apple Maps, from online dating and meeting people, from communication, basic communication, from a calculator, measuring tapes, from everything. It's all within our phone. So she says you need to look at all the apps that are on your phone already and decide if they are worth actually having. So I went through all of my apps recently whenever I was journaling, and which ones I should keep and what ones I shouldn't. And I actually got rid of half my apps on my homepage, because when I really sat down and made a decision of why I like this, first of all, do I use it enough to have it? And is it helping me in any way? A lot of the apps were just no. I only kept Snapchat. The only reason why I kept Snapchat was because I have memories, Snapchat memories, and they're saved right back from 2017. Impact on how you function. Are you compulsively checking your phone so much you can't work? Does it impact your ability to engage with life in a healthy way? Are you sat at dinner and you're itching to get on your phone? Are you sat at dinner with your friends and scrolling on your phone on Reels? If the answer is yes, I completely understand having some time out time and Instagram doom scrolling, reel scrolling whenever you're overstimulated, or if you just have no social battery left. That is completely fine. But I think it is so incredibly rude to go on your phone and not interact with someone that you have actively went out of your way to spend time with. And that is one of my biggest pet peeves. No phone on the toilet. No double screening, so no TV and phone. Screen time when you're eating as well, because your brain cannot function, that your brain cannot process that you're eating, so that means your body's going to think you're still hungry. Read before bed, no phone, an hour before bed, which is easier said than done. As for the future, Hughes predicts tech and social media in its current state won't be around in 10 to 15 years. Given the negative impact we're going to see on mental health, isolation, decreased social skills, and inability to relate, there are so many parts of technology that are unhealthy. It made me step back and realise that I've actually spent too much time with my phone and not enough time with my friends. Seen a TikTok recently that said, can you describe the last 3 TikToks you just watched? And if the answer is no, then you've been mindlessly scrolling. And I actually could not think of the last 3 TikToks that I had just watched within the span of 2 minutes. I could not think of what I just watched. So scary. I have been doing the last 3 weeks is I don't go on my phone at all. When I come back, I just put it on sleep mode. And I do a bedtime routine, so I have a sleepy tea, I read some, I journal a little bit, and then I go to sleep. Because it was really affecting my sleep, I wasn't able to go to sleep for a really long time because I was just on my phone. And then I had to really take a step back and think, why was I on my phone? What am I missing? What is happening at 3 o'clock in the morning? I am not missing anything. It will be there in the morning. Anything that's happened in the night, I can read about in the morning. I could not stop myself from being on my phone. So I've actively to say to myself, what am I missing out on? What am I missing out on? And it's nothing. I'm not missing out on anything, because the last 3 weeks that I've been doing it, I've missed out on nothing. I've woken up to loads more messages, which is actually quite nice. Being around friends, I've tried to put my phone away. Friends deserve you at 1,000%, rather than you being distracted. that was my little rant. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Bye, everybody.